flex. The livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
All right, man. Look, I ain't gonna be long. I'm not gonna be long. I'm not gonna be long. I promise you, I'm not gonna be long. I'm not gonna be long. This some bull crap, man. This some bull crap. I'm watching the post fight right now. Isak was talking about the referee was on his side. The ref was on his side, and you know he didn't let me. Look, man. Look. Lamont Roach won that fight. Once I heard 115, 111 for Cruz, I knew what they were gonna do. I knew what they were gonna do. All right. The hell with the PBC and the hell with the WBC. Both of them, if you remember earlier this year, I did a live stream called Boxing Must Burn. These are one of the things that I was talking about. This is some bull crap. This is nonsense. I'm tired of this. And these are the things, see, this is an emotional response right now, but see, these are the things, things like this right here, these are the things where I look at it and say, F it, man. Turkey, take over everything. Dana White, do whatever the F you need to do. Because of things like this. 2 draws in a row for this man. This dude beat that clown Tank Davis, and he beat Isak Cruz. They got a little hype off of a knockdown. What round was that? Round 3. Outside of that, I gave Roach rounds 1, 5, 6 was even, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 was all Roach. And 7 was a 10-8 round because a point was deducted for holding. He outlanded Cruz and beat him in every statistic. Out jabs. The totals, Isak initiated a majority of the clinches there. So here we go again with this crap, man. Here we go again with this crap. This is ridiculous. He fought this kid in the pocket. He fought his fight in the pocket for the first half of the fight. Then he started outboxing him, gave him the Olay and everything. See, what you see is every time Isak threw a punch, half of Mexico was in San Antonio tonight. And they ooh and ah and ooh and ah. Even off of a miss. He did the, you remember Super Macho Man from Punch Out? He damn near spun out in one part and was hanging out the damn ring. Do you not rate defense? What's the 4 criteria in judging a goddamn fight? Because they don't know. I am so sick of this. But as of right now, these are the things where I say, you know what, man? Turkey, Dana White, do what you're gonna do. Because I don't care. You think I care? When Hamza Shiraz was down on the cards and Turkey Al-Sheikh walked his ass up there and said, hey, you're down 2 points. You think I care? You think I care? I said, oh, y'all mad at that? I'm not. I promise you I'm not. I don't care. I don't, man. Once again, Lamont Roach was robbed. I'm listening to the announcers right now. Larry Hazard that scored the fight. Yeah, hazardous indeed. Hazardous indeed. You gotta be kidding me. They want Lamont to be a gatekeeper so bad, but he bust up Tank Davis and he bust up Isak Cruz. And this is what they do to the brother. The brother. This is what they do. Tank is just a glorified marketing scheme. And Isak, this dude is a one-dimensional fighter. He is so easy to beat, and he was beaten tonight. He couldn't outbox Lamont, and he couldn't outslug Lamont. He couldn't do it. Main biker in that super chat, he said the Mexican been low blowing all night. Roach won. Yes. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy for Isak Cruz and his story and everything, but I'm over that now. I'm over that now. I don't know what else to man. Look, man. When have y'all seen a fight where Pitbull was put on the back foot? Tell me. You've never seen it. I've never seen Pitbull on the back foot. Second half of the fight. Pitbull was on the back foot. His corner was telling him, box, box. He threw a jab and then get right back to the hooks. This kid is so easy to beat. This was for the interim. Wait. This is for the interim 140 because, I think Superdel Matias is fighting for his portion of the belt in Brooklyn. And this was the other portion of the belt. This what this was? What's the matter? You don't want Lamont Roach to ruin your plans? First fight at 140? And he's doing all of this to Isak Cruz? Listen, this ain't Isak Cruz fight. He showed up, he fought. This ain't his fault. He showed up, he fought. But what you see is what you get with this young man. And I'm not mad at him. This was the system. 115, 111 for Isak Cruz with a point deduction for holding. Holding, y'all. Was there a clinch counter tonight? Holding. Holding, y'all. He had a point deduction for holding. Was there a clinch counter? I'm counting the clinches as I'm watching. I said, look at that. Another one. Another one. Those may be about 5 clinches for the whole fight that Lamont initiated. The rest of them was all Isak Cruz. Is this what we're dealing with Lamont Roach? Now he has 2 draws. And let me explain something to you. When Isak Cruz fought Mellow Yellow wasn't throwing back with him. Mellow Yellow wasn't standing in the pocket. He boxed him. And guess what? I scored it for Mellow Yellow. I did. He boxed him. Lamont stood in the pocket, made it exciting, and he boxed him in spots. And he ate some shots. He didn't run. So why the F would they do this to him? Now you see, let me get deep on y'all because I ain't trying to be all night with this shit. I bigged up the PBC because of the black ownership. But I looked at them strange after Wilder Fury 2 and Larry Merchant was on the couch. I told y'all the story a million times. Larry Merchant was on the damn couch. Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Is this the last we've seen of the last, and no offense, of the great Black Hope in Sean Porter with all 84 of his teeth out his mouth, smiling. And I said, who's watching the front door? Who's watching the front door of the PBC? I knew then that Al Heyman just put people in charge and let them do what they do. And then they fell into the same sucker stuff. Let's get a guy, make him a star, and that's it. That's what they wanted to do. This is disgusting. And fast forward to all of these marketing schemes. Hey, guess what? Mellow Yellow was supposed to be a flagship. Not for long. They allowed Canelo to come through and make money in the PBC too. They paid Canelo quadruple the amount of what they paid Tank. And Tank was already there. So never mind me. How come the Tank fans didn't speak up on that and say, yo, Al, what the F? We got Tank. Why you overpaying Canelo? He done sunk how many ships before he got here? And now you got a guy like Lamont Roach, who's come up from 140. Listen to what I'm saying. Who's come up from 130 to 35 and do what he did And now at 40, and do what he did. He was not dominated. In fact, he won both those fights and he was robbed. So you ask Lamont Roach tonight, right now, how you feel about the PBC and Al Heyman. You ask him right now. Because I'm telling you, I'm done. Professor X in that super chat. Salute to you, good brother. I see you. Thank you so much. This is ridiculous. But let's look at the cup half full instead of half empty. Now he's coming off of a draw. And now you tit Davis fans. Oh, we beat him. Okay, good. So you know what? If Tank doesn't go to jail, this is more incentive to fight Lamont Roach again. Ladies and gentlemen, Lamont Roach should be the interim WBC champion or the real WBC champion at 140. Eastside Cruz did not win this fight tonight. I don't care what y'all say. That goddamn 115, 111, that judge need to be taken behind the shed and handled. He needs to put that sawed-off shotgun in his mouth and do the Lord's work. Because this is disgusting. This is disgusting. This right here is robbery of the year. And the year's almost over. This is robbery of the year. This is crazy. A split draw, man. Shut up. I can't believe this. Even if you give Esox rounds 1 through 5, once you hit 6, that's when the point deduction have. He cleared the rest of the fight. He won the rest. Lamont won the rest of the fight. You can give him all 5 rounds with the 10-8. From round 6 on, he won the rest of the fight. This is disgusting. And F the PBC. Dead ass. F the PBC. I'm done. How'd they let this happen? Y'all still think this is we didn't want to put that on them, but we was supporting them. Hey, man, because, everyone said, lately, see, motherfuckers who just found me, yo, man, why you always hating on the black man? What are you talking about? Oh, Al Heyman, he black and he owned the PBC. Man, shut up. You wasn't here for the last 10 years when we was out here defending them against all enemies, foreign and domestic. What do you think about this now? This right here, this. If we can credit Al Heyman, we can hold him accountable for shit like this. This is disgusting. Delano, I'm not hearing nothing you saying. What do you mean in more dominating fashion? He stood in the pocket and banged with him first half of the fight. Boxed him second half of the fight and still banged with him in the championship rounds. What are you talking about? What fight? You know what? Whatever, man. Y'all cats don't even know how to score fights. You still got Tank fresh in your mind. You know what Tank didn't do? Tank didn't bang with him. He boxed him and he got the nod because he's the marketing scheme. You see how this works? Because he got in there with Roach and Roach stood right in front of him like he did with Eastside Cruz. And the same shit happened because the PBC sees more value in Tank Davis. The PBC sees more value in San Antonio, Texas. In the Mexican, he was punching fresh air. And the crowd was going crazy. Dude says, Pitt won. Yeah, you lost. Fuck out of here. And I like Eastside Cruz, but he's very one-dimensional. He's all hooks, fast hooks, and he's very exciting to watch. But he clearly can be outboxed. We saw that tonight. We saw who's better, El Rayo or Lamont Roach? And salute to El Rayo, but Lamont Roach is a more high of an IQ fighter. But Lamont Roach outboxed Eastside Cruz. Lamont Roach stood in front of him for a more exciting fight. He was never hurt. That knockdown was he clipped him, but it was balanced. The glove touched. So it's a knockdown. It's fine, but he wasn't on wobbly legs. No. No. Lamont Roach will never get a fair shake on the PBC. I'm going to try and get a hold of him and his team. Because as soon as the opportunity presents itself, leave the PBC. Leave him. Eastside Cruz was hugging all goddamn night. Now watch this. Eastside Cruz says, I picked Lamont because Lamont knew, I know he's not going to run. Why did he say that? Because he stood in front of Tank and banged with him. Why did he say that? Because Tank Davis, they have an opponent in common. And I remember Eastside Cruz chasing Tank Davis all around the ring. I said, hey, Tank is boxing. You know what everyone else said? Tank was running. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said Tank was boxing. So what are we talking about? Delano, what are we talking about? What are you talking about? Tank boxed him. Lamont banged with him and stood in front of him and boxed him. And won the whole second half of the fight and got a 10-8 round. How the fuck does he lose this fight? Oh, I'm sorry, not lose. How is this a draw? Fuck out of here. This is ridiculous. You know what? I'm going to go on record saying this. Complete and total obliteration. Motherfuck the PBC. Death to him. Done. Finished. I don't care. Don't care. If you on the PBC roster, you guilty by association. I don't care. Go get your turkey money. I'm done. Everybody else is thinking about themselves, right? Fine. Fine. Everyone else is, they're just like everybody else. They lean in the direction of what's good for business. Oh, you just mad because this was a draw? No. How about this? Tank fans. Canelo came through and they dropped bank on him. They dropped bank on him. And I said, why they dropping bank on Canelo when Tank is there? I said that. I said that. Y'all don't remember? Well, y'all paying attention. Was that not the truth? Was that not the truth? That's the truth. I said, why are they dropping bread on Canelo when Tank Davis is on their roster? And he had a list. Remember Tank had a list? He had a list, but Lamont Roach wasn't on it. I said, wait a minute, he got a list. Who's this guy from 130? Why? Oh, I know that guy. Didn't he lose to Jamel Herring? I said, oh man, why is he pulling up this 130-pound guy? Oh my God. And we got a draw. You see that? And I said, well, he's not fighting anybody off that list. He shot himself in the foot by fighting this guy from 130. I know who Lamont Roach was, but do you think the goddamn casuals know? No, they don't. I knew exactly who he was. I said, wow, look what he did with Tank. Rematch, nope, Jake Paul. I'm like, yo, wait, what happened to the list? The list. So you fight to a draw. You lean towards Jake Paul. You say, F the list that you made, right? This is what he did. This is what he did. And then the whole time that's happening, they pay Canelo an insane amount of money. And then he comes to the PBC and has the nerve not to fight David Benavidez. PBC. He comes to the PBC. They don't pay Tank Davis what he's quote unquote worth. But then they pay Canelo and he don't even give us David Benavidez. Think about this. This is the PBC, y'all. Are you paying attention? Delano, it's a 10-8 round, right? The knockdown, right? What happened in round 7? He was deducted a point for holding. So the 10-8 round was made up. Why are you talking to me about a 10-8 round? Stop, bro. You're pissing me off. Stop doing that shit. He fought him in the pocket for the first. Cruz is dangerous in the first 5 rounds of the fight. He nullified that. He nullified that. He started outboxing him in the later half of the fight. There ain't no way he won this fight, bro. Ain't no way this fight is a draw at all. I blame the PBC. Death to him. David, get the fuck out of there. Go get your Saudi money. He said later for Canelo. I'm going to 75. Now he's saying later for that. I'm going up to cruiserweight. He's making his own history. This is ridiculous. All of this on the PBC watch. You mellow yellow fanatics, remember, I said, why they paying Canelo this bread? They paying Canelo this bread, and we're not even getting him versus David Benavidez. And the face of boxing and Tank Davis is already over there. Isn't Tank worth all that bread? And then there was a 7-fight deal that turned out to be what? A lie. That was a lie. So I'm saying this because it's relevant, y'all. This is the PBC. And this is what they did to Lamont Roach, bro. This is ridiculous, man. I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm sick of it. The fuck? Man. You know what, man? I'm in a place mentally now where I'm numb to it. And at this current junction, let me just say this, bro. If you're a PBC fighter, if you're a PBC fighter, moving forward, you get everything that you deserve. Lamont, it don't even make sense for you to fight Cruz. You're not going to get it. Matter of fact, everything at 140 you're not going to get, bro. Your best bet, call up somebody in Riyadh and ask, I'm sure somebody going to show Turkey this and ask him, look, if this mellow yellow kid don't go to prison, throw some bread at him and give me a rematch with him in Saudi. I'll take short money, but I need to make a statement. The Cruz fight, it's not going to make any sense. And I'm going to tell you this straight up and down. I guess he a dog. Isak is going to say he wants a rematch, but his fucking team is not going to want this rematch. They don't want this. I'm telling you right now, they don't want this. They don't want this. They're going to move on. And sidebar, the more I see this, the more I understand how stupid of a fighter that Rolly Romero is. The dude's not good. So Lopez is fighting Shakur for the 130 pound, 140 pound, whatever the fuck they got going on. Gary Antoine Russell was in attendance. He was looking to face the winner of this. So I guess he's gonna go unification with Cruz because he keeps his belt. Subriel Matias is fighting in Brooklyn, with Osterine in his system. I don't care, bro. And Richardson, Mr. Popo Hitchens is holding on to the IBF. He's been super quiet. I'm so sick of this fucking sport, man. I'm so sick of it, man. You know what? I'm done here. I'm going over to Stormy's chat. Everyone go over to Stormy B-Man's chat, please. I'm done, bro. Maybe he can articulate this better than I can. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. This is bullshit, man. I'm going to Stormy's channel, man. I'm out.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.